And I know what you're thinking, like, it's a fucking chair. Who the fuck gives a shit?
It's not even a gamer chair.
It's not just a chair. It's a Herman Miller Aeron.
It's a lifestyle.
As we already established, we're both really into design. I think we both kind of have slightly different obsessions with design.
Yeah.
We're unified by some of it, but I think that my obsessions are more toward like industrial design, like products and like structures and stuff like that. I really like I'm super into 3D printing and like rapid prototyping and stuff like that. So whereas you're more into I think more like a digital kind of thing, like music, imagery, things like that.
Yeah, a lot more abstract stuff, almost like self-referential digital art, like intentionally digital looking things.
Yeah.
Or taking something that looks organic and make it seem like tech.
Yeah.
Or like digital punk type stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that I enjoy too that like I don't think it has been classified as like an art style necessarily, but it has influences from like so many different things just kind of mashed all together. And then you have individual artists that are like doing their own things with that type of style. Which that's just like something that I look to try to do is like, I like these styles so much, but I want to bring my own version of those things.
Yeah. They influence you.
Yeah.
Like Orion.
Yeah. I'm super influenced by Orion. I've bought so many hats, and watched so many VTubers.
I think, design, that's kind of like what's so cool about design is that it is so like it's all encompassing. Like everything that you interact with at any moment has design. Like it was designed by a person, typically by a person. Sometimes computers do some of the lifting.
Yeah.
But primarily it's designed by a person to be experienced in a way. And I know that's like a weird, like hoity-toity, lame-ass, like art school type. I mean, it's not even art school. I didn't go to school. I don't know anything about shit. But like...
I don't know anything about shit.
I really don't. I'm a fucking idiot. But like design is just like so cool. Like there's a wonderful podcast. If you're even remotely into design, you don't know about this podcast. It's called 99% Invisible, and it's by a guy named Roman Mars. And basically, it's about how things that are designed really well, or like there's things in everyday life that you interact with and don't think of.
Yeah.
But they were very thoughtfully designed, like doorknobs. Like how much thought do you put into the doorknob you use? You just fucking turn it and walk in the door.
Yeah.
But like that took so much time and money to make possible.
Right.
And so it's a podcast about that. And it really like reframed my perspective on a lot of things because I love design, and that got me in the door. And then it made me think about how I approach everything. So, I mean, like the first hopping off point is actually something I learned about on that podcast is the Herman Miller Aeron chair. I'm sitting in one right now.
Yes, you are sitting in one. We have not only one here, but we have two in our office.
Yeah. We have them. I sit in one every single day. I have been sitting in that same Herman Miller Aeron as long as I've been associated with all these companies here. So almost a decade I've been sitting in that chair.
Yeah.
I love that chair. And I know what you're thinking, like, it's a fucking chair. Who the fuck gives a shit?
It's not even a gamer chair.
It's not just a chair. It's a Herman Miller Aeron.
It's a lifestyle.
So this chair is credited with like so much stuff. Like this chair, I mean, not this exact one I'm sitting in, but
that chair,
this exact one, I stole it. Like it's in the Museum of Modern Art. It's part of their permanent collection is the Herman Miller Aeron. It's a pretty influential chair because, so from my understanding, it first came out in 1994, and businesses used to be, I think, a lot more formal and like the type of chair that you sat in was kind of indicative of your job.
That makes sense.
So like the boss man had a big, nice plush leather chair, and
with
then,
like the studding in it. And
yeah,
everything.
exactly. Yeah. And then as you kind of go down the line, the chairs get shittier and shittier to like, you know, the janitor or whatever. Like they just have like a
dumbass rolly chair.
Like not even that. They'll have like a full, like one of those metal ones where like it's just feet. It's like the equivalent of like a plastic lawn chair, but it's made of metal.
Yeah.
Like it's just shitty chair to sit in, especially if you're gonna sit there for 8 hours. Like, I mean, like you see like a lot of security guards and they have a stool. They don't even have like a backrest.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. So basically, Herman Miller is a design company, and these two guys that work there were tasked with making the next generation of office chair.
Mm-hmm.
And what's cool about this chair is that it's kind of like ergonomic first, but it's also super designy.
Yeah,
it looks really cool. And you can see its design language in other chairs. Like you're sitting in a knockoff of a Herman Miller Aeron right now.
I am, yeah.
And
I'm sitting in this one because it makes me look taller. I think the cushion's fucked up, and that's probably why.
Yeah, because you're kind of sitting forward on it.
I'm sitting forward, but it still looks like I'm slouching.
So
riddle me that.
The Aeron, it's you know, it's super adjustable.
Yeah.
Like the armrests go multiple directions. It's made out of mesh, like the whole thing. It's like a hard plastic frame, but it's got a mesh that you sit on, so it like kind of like that is the cushion, is the material stretching, and like you can like plop down into it and it just kind of catches you. Like you don't like bottom out.
Yeah.
In this chair. And so the story, as I understand it, is basically this chair came out and it kind of became like the great equalizer for office chairs, because it was kind of in the middle of the .com boom.
Okay.
So, you know, like these companies would get all this VC money and build a crazy office, and basically that enabled them to spend money on whatever they wanted. So they would buy everybody Herman Miller Aerons because they look cool, and it made kind of like it was almost like a signaling like equity, like everybody here has the same chair. You know, we treat everybody equally. We want people to be comfortable at work, because, you know, honestly, sitting down for 8 or more hours it can take a toll on your body negatively. We're not meant to be sitting all day.
Mm-hmm.
We should be standing. And I think over time we've trended toward like sit stand desks and stuff like that to get away from that.
Yeah.
But you know, like it got to the point where people were referred to this chair as the .com throne.
Okay.
Because it kind of like it was like a signal of like when the .com bubble burst, a lot of companies closed basically overnight, and then left behind just an ocean of these chairs behind in empty office buildings, and it's kind of like a symbol of that bubble burst. But what's something that really blows my mind about it is like the resale market. So this chair that I'm sitting in, we got used because they hold up so well.
Mm-hmm.
So like to buy a new one, it starts at about, I think, $1,300 for a new chair, which to a lot of people that's a lot of money for a chair.
Yeah.
If you ask any boomer, they'll tell you that you should invest in anything that separates you from the ground. That means chairs, beds, shoes. You know, those are important things to spend money on, which I kind of agree with as I get older.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
And like I didn't know about this chair when I first got it. I didn't realize what I was getting. It was just the chair at the desk that I was assigned to.
Mm-hmm.
And over time I fell in love with it, and it's the best chair ever made in my opinion, and a lot of people agree. And a couple other cool things is like it's made of recycled materials,
mm-hmm.
and 94% of the chair itself is recyclable. But nobody does that. Nobody throws away one of these things. Nobody recycles them.
They're just passed around.
You can buy, so they've been around since 1994. You can buy a 1994 Herman Miller Aeron today for $550. Easy.
Yeah.
Like easily. That is a 20-year-old chair, or almost 30-year-old chair.
Yeah. And it's only depreciated like half.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so for those of you out there who want to have a great office chair and you want it to be the last office chair you have to buy, I would definitely recommend getting a Herman Miller Aeron. You can find them used pretty easily, like on eBay and stuff. You're going to pay a lot for shipping because they're big and kind of heavy. But if you are patient and keep an eye out, you can get one for like $350, which is a fucking amazing deal.
Yeah.
And then you will literally never need another chair.
And this podcast is sponsored by Herman Miller Aeron.
I'm really passionate about this chair. But I don't know. I think it's a really beautiful example of like timeless design.
Yeah.
Because it's been slightly revamped since 1994. But
yeah.
Not a lot.
No. Yeah, not a lot. And like, I feel like its original intent has held up through time too. Because like, you know me, and I like a lot of like 90s and like early 2000s inspired graphic design. Very it's like it comes from all kinds of things, just like the shapes used.